And that's Wrath of Cortex's long, and I mean long intro. Jesus Christ, I was holding that thing for 6 minutes straight. Or about 6 minutes straight. But anyway, so this is my awful experience with Crash Bandicoot, The Wrath of Cortex. So before I get into this review and start blabbering on about the levels and everything, I want to give y'all like a pre-up to Wrath of Cortex. So for many years, I have been a Crash Bandicoot fan. I have been a very big advocate for Crash Bandicoot. I've played Crash 1 through my father's little PlayStation phone thing. I played at least Crash 1 on that. That was like my first introduction to Crash. And then many years after that, you know, playing Crash on my dad's phone and all that other sort of stuff, right? Way later on, I eventually got to play Crash Bandicoot on the PS4 through the Insane Trilogy. And aka playing Crash 1 all the way through for the first time with Insane Trilogy years back. Crash Bandicoot 2 for the very first time on the PlayStation, 4 and stuff. And then Crash Bandicoot 3 through Insane Trilogy. And I played the original games for many years. Well, not many years, but I played them for a long while, way back in like 2017, 2018 is when I replayed, but then way before that is when I played Crash for the first time on my dad's phone. So I've been aware of Crash for like many years, even going into my Mario days, but like I wasn't really a big fan of him until Insane Trilogy hit. And obviously, as you guys know, I have played Insane Trilogy, Crash 1, 2, and 3 remade religiously a couple of years ago. And I played those games so religiously, in fact, that I played them so much, I was playing the games like over and over, like beating them over and over again. By the way, and I mean, when I say beat them, I mean like I was 100%ing them every single time I would come back and replay Crash 1, 2, and 3. So much to the point that it kind of bored me, and after a while I stopped playing those games, and obviously you guys know what happened with Crash Bandicoot 4. It's About Time on the PlayStation 4 and PS5 now. Now because the PS5 version has a version available. I played that game to 100% completion, got all the platinum relics and all that other sort of stuff, got 105%, which made me lose my mind, made me lose my marbles. And we all know how Crash Bandicoot 4 did me in, because if y'all watched those reviews from a couple years ago, you would know how painful Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, was for me to complete. It made me lose my mind and actually gave me actual trauma. Same with Crash 1, 2, and 3, doing their platinum relics and all that other sort of stuff. And then, as you guys know, I tried coming back to doing all the platinum relics for Crash Bandicoot 2. Or I think 1, actually. 1 and 2. And I fumbled Crash Bandicoot 2, and that led to a lot of rage. And then, in between that, I played Crash Bandicoot 2 as well on my PS3. What about Crash Team Rumble? And then, obviously, in between all that as well, I played Crash Team Racing, Nitro Fueled, and then even the original Crash Team Racing. And I did not play Crash Rumble or Team Rumble because I just did not care about, like, Crash at that point, and I did not care about that game because I'm in it for the platformers. Anyways, so with all of my history of Crash Bandicoot, I just wanted to throw it out there, including the GBA games I played, for Crash Bandicoot. I also played all of those. And basically anything Crash Bandicoot, I have probably played at this point. Except for, like, Twin Sanity. Except for, it was, like, Twin Sanity and maybe, like, actually, just Twin Sanity now I haven't played. Huh. Who knows? Maybe that will make me re-love Crash again. But I would have to get a whole separate system just for that, or a PC to emulate that bitch. If I'm even going to be, playing Crash Bandicoot, Twin Sanity, because I played every other Crash game. And honestly, when I wanted Wrath of Cortex, right? I've wanted Wrath of Cortex for more than a year. And every single time I asked for it from Louis, he would always say, no, I'm not going to get you Wrath of Cortex this week, or no, I don't have enough money. And basically, Wrath of Cortex for I think over a year has been completely negated off this channel. And it could have happened earlier, like a whole year or two ago, but it just never did because we just kept avoiding it. or not we, but more like Louis just didn't buy it or didn't want to get me it or couldn't find one that was cheap enough or whatever. So, or, because I have a Wii, so I don't have like a PS2 where I can just go ahead and grab up for grabs. Keep in mind as well, the GameCube copy of Wrath of Cortex is actually harder to find than the PS2 one. The PS2 one is always readily available. So on top of like not only not having enough money sometimes, there was also a lot of times where the GameCube one was just never available on Amazon and other places. And it just got so annoying to the point that I think I just sort of gave up asking for Wrath of Cortex. And then after a while, I think it kind of sparked up again the idea of getting Wrath of Cortex since I was getting a lot of GameCube games. And also, I think I also got Wrath of Cortex because I was sick and Louis got me sick. And I kind of wanted Louis to make up to me by getting me sick. And I think that's why Wrath of Cortex was even bought in the first place. I can't really remember the details now since it's been quite a while since I, played Wrath of Cortex and remember the whole context. But I'm just trying to give y'all context where we go into the review, right? So, when I finally got Crash Bandicoot, Wrath of Cortex, multiple weeks ago now by this point, I did the unboxing the day I got it. The day I got it, got Wrath of Cortex, like ordered straight to my apartment. Well, not straight to my apartment, but ordered to my mailbox and stuff. I remember I did the unboxing and I said I didn't want to do Wrath of Cortex right away because my voice was shot. This is when I was still doing like music cover. I mean, I'm still doing music covers now, but you get my point. I just finished a music cover earlier that day, and on top of that, I think I just got done screaming and my voice was basically shot, if you guys remember, or getting close to that point to getting shot. So I delayed playing Wrath of Cortex for a couple of weeks, and also on top of that, while during that couple of weeks, I think I got sick. So Wrath of Cortex got delayed even further from me being able to play it, even though I owned it for a couple of weeks now in my dresser, right, at this point in time. So I just said, fuck it. I'm just going to straight up play it. I've waited long enough. You guys have waited long enough. I've been teasing this game here or there, been talking about it in videos here or there, I think a couple of times, and I wanted to finally play it for you guys. So I whipped it up in my Wii, and yes, before playing, I already know the history of Wrath of Cortex, how rough of a game it is, and all that other sort of stuff. So I knew all this stuff going in. It wasn't like blind where I was like, I never heard of Wrath of Cortex in my entire life because literally the Crash community talks about it every other fucking time Crash is brought up. So Wrath of Cortex, I know all the ins and outs. I know all the issues going into it, right? And I started to play Wrath of Cortex. And I think I also played Wrath of Cortex a little bit on my brother's phone before I got it on official hardware, which I played a little bit of the first level, and I remember not liking it, and I just got the fuck off Wrath of Cortex, like, immediately, I think. But when I played it on stream way later on, I actually was enjoying myself a little bit again, because I was, kind of trying my best to get back into the flow of Crash Bandicoot gameplay. And for a little bit, I was enjoying myself, coming back to Crash Bandicoot, smashing crates with the spin or jumping on them, collecting Wampa fruit, because you guys know Crash is my boy, right? He's one of my favorite platforming characters, I went through thick and thin with him, quite literally, right? So you would think, like, hey, Wrath of Cortex shouldn't be that bad. For a lot of people, Wrath of Cortex feels like a lesser Crash Bandicoot 3. And you're not wrong. Wrath of Cortex is definitely a lesser Crash Bandicoot 3. And obviously, it was going to be way different. It was going to be unique. It was going to be way cooler than what we got. But we got what we got because they switched developers, I think, midway through the development of Wrath of Cortex. So that's why we got what we got, like a lesser Crash Bandicoot 3. But anyways, a lesser Crash Bandicoot 3 with shittier control in the vehicle levels and even swimming levels and stuff. Just horseshit stuff all around. But since I got the GameCube version, this version of the game, in comparison to the PS2 as well, runs a little bit smoother. Loading times are lessened, and I think that was it. And I think maybe the controls were slightly tweaked to make them a little bit better than the PS2. So the GameCube version, if you want to play this game, right, just to kind of give y'all like an idea if y'all want to play, it goes like this. PS2 as the least one played, or the version most people played. Then it will go GameCube, then it'll go Xbox 360 version, because Xbox 360 version has the best graphics of the game and all that other sort of shit. And I think the even less loading times than the GameCube version, if I'm not mistaken. That's how people would rank how you should play Rapid Cortex if you want to get into it. And if you don't have access to the 360 version, just play the GameCube version like I did, and it should be basically the same experience, but still, like, it's still a little bit less graphical, or less graphically fidelity for Rapid Cortex and all that other sort of stuff. Anyways, so what was my problem? What makes this experience so awful going back into it? Well, the reason Rapid Cortex, I would argue, became awful to me is because I started feeling when playing Rapid Cortex, not immediately. Like, obviously, at first, I was having a lot of fun. I was going through the usual, like I said earlier, breaking the boxes, going through the levels, having fun, trying my best to 100% them, get all the boxes, get all the gems, and all this other sort of stuff, right? And obviously, the frustration kind of started coming in, maybe with the time trials, or maybe with just a couple of deaths that I had that kind of pissed me off, but something, like, kind of triggered in me that there were other bad battles in Rapid Cortex. You have 4 boss battles with Crunch. Yeah, like, I remember I did the first boss battle with Crunch, which kind of stressed me out. Well, not stressed me out. I don't like using that word, but it is the truth, though. I won't lie. It was the truth. It was kind of throwing me into a loop since I'm not used to the plain boss fight with Crunch sucks. Yeah, I've heard all about that from reviewers and shit. I didn't make it that far. But my point is, right, I did the entirety of the first world. I remember, like, one of the levels, like, the first stage in the game baited me with a platinum relic. I remember when I did the time trial and I felt so happy, like, getting my first platinum relic in my first try. It felt so good, or a couple of tries on my first level, but apparently that was a blue relic, even though the relics don't look blue, which this is another problem I have with Rapid Cortex, is the gems and the relics, it's hard to tell what the fuck is what. Like, for example, like, since I think even in the PS2 version of the game, the relics were super light, like light colored and very bright. So, like, for example, like, the green relic, you can see that it's green, but so light green that sometimes it'll mix in the background of the levels themselves, and sometimes you might not even pick them up or notice you even grabbed it because it blends in with the background too much. I think the GameCube version also did a little bit better to make sure it's more distinguishable between crystals and stuff, but sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, it felt like I almost didn't see them even in the GameCube version, so maybe the Xbox 360 version fixes that a little. And if it doesn't, please correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section down below when this video is actually uploaded, or in live chat, right? But that was another problem I had. But back to what I was saying about the relics, this was a serious issue because I thought I platinumed the first level and I was going to go on to the next one and platinum that one. But apparently, the relics that I was getting for most of those were fucking blue relics. And you guys know me, I hate blue fucking relics, so I always try my best to get gold. I'm telling you, some of the times just for the gold relics are fucking ridiculous for some of these levels. Like, the first level wants you to beat it in 40 seconds, right? For a fucking gold. What in the actual fuck? And I know I don't have the speed shoes, so of course it made it harder to get gold, but even in Insane Trilogy, if you were going for the gold relics, sorry, it wasn't that hard to get the gold relics in Insane Trilogy, or arguably even the original Crash Bandicoot 3 on the PS fucking 1. That's why I was like, when I looked at these relics and only got the one platinum from the plane level, the first plane shooting level, right? That's where I got my first platinum, which I was really happy about. But at the same time, I'm like, what the fuck? Why am I not getting platinums on the other ones? I mean, I get it. At the same time, it's mainly because I don't have the running shoes, but it's like, at least give me a fucking gold so I can walk away with a gold relic, dude. What the fuck? Right? So I continued playing, and honestly, like, the levels, right, like, for me, I mean, I'm not saying they were the worst thing on the planet for World 1, but honestly, I think after World 1, this is where it kind of all started hitting me. And I remember after a while, like, I think after World 1, when I collected all the boxes and I at least got a relic for all the stages in there, even if it was a blue relic or the worst relic in there, I at least got a relic at the moment. And I think after World 1, I think that's where the awfulness started to hit. Because keep in mind, right, I have been playing Crash Bandicoot at least Insane Trilogy, since 2017, right? So go into 2017 when I first played it for the very first time, Insane Trilogy when I first played it, meaning all the way back when I still had the Gamer Pack and Panasaur channel. Go to 2018, go to 2019, go to 2020, go to 2025, basically. I've been playing Insane Trilogy, like, over and over and over again for the past couple of years. And so I know the gameplay in and out. So you're probably wondering, okay, if you know the gameplay in and out, why is Wrath of Cortex such a problem? Why is it the worst game on the planet? Or why do you even have an awful experience with it? Even though you should know the gameplay in and out, it should be a breeze. You shouldn't think about it too much, or you shouldn't, be struggling so much. What is the problem? The problem is it felt way too repetitive to me. It felt not only just like repetitive, but my brain in that moment, after I did all of World 1, got the relics, got the crystals, got the gems, and especially after raging on one of the last levels in World 1, it made me realize I'm doing it again. I'm putting myself through something that I don't essentially need to put myself through, right? And a part of me was like, this just feels like Crash 3 again. This just feels like Crash 2 again, where I'm raging over relics, I'm raging over deaths, and I get it. That's the point of Crash Bandicoot. It's supposed to be hard, it's supposed to be all this stuff. But I think, like, what ended up happening to me is since I played so much Crash Bandicoot, it's like I almost don't get an enjoyment from the original style of gameplay that Crash Bandicoot provided, in the series. I don't know if it makes sense, but to me, that's what ended up happening near the end of World 1. I started feeling that way again. I started to feel, right? I started to feel like I started to realize again why I left Crash Bandicoot. I left Crash Bandicoot because it was making me not only nothing but angry, but I was feeling all those same feelings when I played the original 3 games on top of Crash Bandicoot 4. And let's just say this. Let's say I managed to go through Wrath of Cortex. I did the entire thing. I platinumed all the levels. Somehow, right? It's just going to be another fucking Crash Bandicoot game where you're going to be seeing me getting pissed, probably get mad at viewers like I did in my Crash 4 stream, which that was probably one of the most highly toxic videos I've ever made. And honestly, for me, and I'm not going to bring up age and say, oh, I'm 24, I shouldn't be doing this, because I'm going to get mad at like most games I play anyway, but for me, I just can't fucking go through it anymore. A part of me realized that, and it's not because of Traveler's Tales, bro. It's just the Crash Bandicoot gameplay in general, the gameplay loop of it all. I just can't push myself through another goddamn game like that. And I remember after my Wrath of Cortex video was wrapped up, I said, you know what? Fuck this entire game, because I'm tired of feeling that way on Wrath of Cortex. Because hear me out, right? Since it's Wrath of Cortex, it's just lesser Crash 3, it really feels like I'm going through the same shit again, which is the new set of levels, shittier graphics than the PS1 in my opinion, and just a waste of fucking time. Because, hear me out, wouldn't you rather, hear me out, and this is something that I feel up against, right? I would rather, and this is just me, I would rather be mad at Mario Party 8 than go through another same Crash Bandicoot incident. Because at least this is new to me. I haven't played a billion fucking Mario parties. I haven't replayed a bunch of Mario parties and all that other shit. And you could argue that for like Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort, me getting mad at the same sport over and over again. But at least I actually fucking enjoy that, and I don't feel like you're putting yourself through this again. You're not enjoying yourself, man. Because at least when I'm like, I don't know, at least when I'm like fucking mad at something new, it's something new that I'm frustrated at. It's something that like I can just put in my head and maybe tolerate a bit better. Crash Bandicoot, again, I've been playing for fucking years. And over the years, too, if you haven't noticed, I even mentioned this in my last Crash Bandicoot 2 video where I said I don't enjoy the game as much anymore. I'm not enjoying Crash Bandicoot in general with that, gameplay, which is the usual gameplay, as much as I once did years ago. I don't enjoy it anymore. I don't get kicks playing much Crash Bandicoot these days. Why do you think I'm playing shit like Mario, Sonic, Wii Sports, Resort, Wii Play Motion, all these other games, Donkey Kong, Mega Man, Pac-Man, fucking Wario Land, all these games that I've been playing over the past couple of years, man, that isn't Crash Bandicoot. Because I've been enjoying them more. Undertale and Deltarune, especially I enjoy a lot more. Shit, I'll sit there and do 7 billion different Sans fights and get frustrated at them. I'd rather deal with that shit than deal with fucking Crash Bandicoot shit all over again. And it's not because, again, it's the hardest thing in the universe, but it's more of my tolerance and patience for Crash Bandicoot over the years has just shriveled up. And I just don't want to be a part of it anymore. Maybe, if Crash Bandicoot changes up its gameplay, not like with Team Rumble, fuck that shit, not like that piece of shit garbage game. What I mean is, for example, right, if they just go back, I'm not saying go back to their original style, but if they just, I don't know, make an open world platformer, or something better than just the linear hallways, or, do something actually fucking different with the IP. You know what I'm saying? To make me feel interested again. To not make me feel like I'm just doing the same fucking shit over and over again, man. And Kingdom Hearts for another example. I mean, I guess you can say Kingdom Hearts. I still love Kingdom Hearts. Even though, Kingdom Hearts 3, that one sucked ass. Minus the DLC. That kind of brought the game back, but you get it. I actually dislike Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex. Just the design of the levels, awful Coco levels, 4 battles with Crunch, Cortex final battle is annoying, the story of Wrath of Cortex doesn't make sense. A lot of things in Wrath of Cortex don't make sense, but just to me in general, what made me not want to play Wrath of Cortex is literally what I mentioned. I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of Crash Bandicoot. He's not enjoyable to me. I mean, look. Right? If I play Crash Bandicoot again after this, I just pray it isn't the same stupid gameplay from Crash Bandicoot 1, 2, 3, 4, Wrath of Cortex, or maybe even some of the Game Boy Advance games, man. I just want something different with the Crash Bandicoot franchise now, man. And I know there's a lot of people waiting for Crash Bandicoot 5, and Crash Bandicoot 5 is probably going to be, the same gameplay I just bitched about for 29 minutes, 30 minutes, basically. I know, but it's just, I just pray they do something different. They don't make me feel like I'm just going through the motions with Crash, because I'm just tired of going through the motions with Crash, I don't want Louis to spend money on Crash anymore, if I'm not gonna at least complete it, or finish it. Or something like that, Wrath of Cortex was literally the last straw for me in terms of the normal Crash Bandicoot gameplay. And I'm just saying, I'm not trying to say don't make Crash Bandicoot 5, because if you make Crash Bandicoot 5, you make it more open, the levels more open than just instead of just linear hallways. Not like Super Mario 64 style, but just a little bit open. Maybe a redo of Twin Sanity's gameplay style with a better story. The story was funny. It was memorable because of that, but you get it. Or just, maybe it's time for me to walk away from Crash. Maybe. I don't know. But, as you can see, this is riling me up. And I don't want to be riled up right now. I really don't. I just want to, fuck off and enjoy the dubs I got on Mario Party, which, go watch my Mario Party 8 Part 2 video. It's fucking much better. But anyways, I just wanted to express that to you guys, because I don't think some of y'all got the picture or the memo, and I don't think a lot of you guys saw that Wrath of Cortex gameplay video, and I wanted to express why I don't think Crash is for me anymore, just either in general, or that gameplay from Crash Bandicoot 1, 2, 3, It's About Time, Wrath of Cortex, the 2D GBA Crash Bandicoot games, that style of gameplay just isn't for me anymore, where I'm collecting crystals, collecting fucking gems, smashing boxes. That linear hallway gameplay style just isn't for me anymore. I need something different from Crash. I don't know. Either that or I just go somewhere else to go find what's satisfactory for me, you know? So is that it of the end of Crash Bandicoot series on the channel? Is it correct? Is that correct? I don't know if it is the end, but this game, Wrath of Cortex, like I just said, kind of reminded me of why I don't engage with Crash very often these days, why we don't mesh very well, why I go do other things. This is probably not the end because one day, I don't know, maybe I will try Twin Sanity and maybe that will make me love Crash again. I have no fucking idea. But just don't expect a whole lot of Crash. Maybe you'll see Crash here or there, but just know it's just not going to be to the same extent. And if you do see Crash on the channel, like still, it might be through comps one day if I grab them and all that other sort of stuff. But or maybe if Crash's new game is interesting enough and enough of you guys want me to fucking play it, maybe I'll give it a shot, but I can't guarantee that I will enjoy it because of everything that has happened with me in Crash Bandicoot. Okay. I don't want to stress my point on long enough. I've already spent 30 minutes. Thank you for watching my Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex review. I don't know how to fucking... Actually, I know how to end it. I know how to end it on a really good note. Hold on. No, I have to put on this clip. It's the funniest Crash Bandicoot clip of all fucking time. We gotta do it. Okay? We gotta do it. Fucking ad.
Check bounced. Are you sure? Well, the past few years have kind of been slow. Wrath of Cortex didn't do as well as we'd hoped, and... Fish?
Twin Sanity one day? Question mark?